Can already hear it. So this is Shin Hisako. James, why don't you talk
starting with the time
some of Shin Hisako's style?
Shin Hisako is a
Hold on.
all right. Shin Hisako is a very fast character. She has incredible movement speed. Let's look at her walk forward. Walk forward and back.
She's one of the fastest characters in KI.
Easy, don't dash.
She's a very focused, striking character. Let's look at her back dash, though.
Go ahead, do back dash.
Yeah, all right.
Now, before we get into this, movement's a big key for her, and there's ways that, kind of change things up. But Storm, why don't you go ahead and show that forward dash?
I wonder what you can do in the air out of that.
Forward teleport dash.
Though you got on her case big time that her idle stance does look very familiar, Shin Hisako's movement is indeed quite different from Hisako's.
What could you do out of that dash?
Well, first let's go through, you want to go through the normal?
That wasn't a cross-up, was it?
Wait, you can cross up on the dash?
Yeah, from the dash.
That's right.
That's pretty good.
Depending on how the opponent is moving, when you dash, you can cross up.
So now you guys are reset. Let's just go through the normals. Why don't you each just back up, do a quick back dash, and then let's go through light punch.
She has some excellent and fast normals.
Adam, what is the name of the weapon that she wears on her finger? What is it called that has the poison that she slashes you with? I can't remember it either.
I can't remember it. Noble changed the name.
All right, and go ahead and show that medium punch. So medium punch covers damage. And while we're not going to go through the frame data of this, you will have a chance to look at her after this is all done.
Yep.
Promise you. All right, and go ahead and show that heavy. Heavy covers more distance. Now.
Yeah, her heavy's fast and it has really nice range.
So in that heavy, let's talk about her Rekkas, right? Unreal Zon, quarter circle forward and punch. Why don't you do that one time for me, please? Doesn't matter who. Now with her Rekkas, she's able to tap punch up to 2 more times. And James, I'll let you talk through what these Rekkas do.
Yeah, I mean, these are really straightforward records. The first one's pretty safe. Second one's not so safe. Third one,
really unsafe.
Yeah, not safe. Go ahead and show that, guys. Really fast. The key thing about Shin Hisako is that she's fast, and at the base level, she's very straightforward. She's nice and simple, really.
Storm, go ahead and show the shadow version. So that shadow version attacks 5 times. And it is also a shadow linker.
Shadow linker.
And then go ahead and get into a combo using this and then do the ender. So the ender is a wall splat ender. So next, you can go ahead and reset your position here. We'll go into Spirit Slice, which is quarter circle backwards and punch.
All right, everybody back up from each other here. Let's look at her Spirit Slice. Do the light version. Let's do the medium version.
And
no,
punch.
Spirit Slice.
There you go.
All right. So, very samurai style. Big hitbox left behind her. I wonder what that can do.
Yeah, keep in mind that hitbox behind her is
How do you
still
block
active.
That was the heavy version, yes?
She's got a cross through, folks. She's got a cross through.
And that does launch for juggles. Why don't you go ahead and show the light through? Go ahead and do the same move, but light version through the body.
Cross up.
Now medium. And then heavy. Don't you try to recap. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Don't get clever just yet.
So that is Spirit Slice. Now, the moves that we're going through do have additional properties to them, and we're getting through them kind of fast because we've got a lot to talk about towards the end here. But now we're going to move into kick special, the Shin Air On Real Zon. So this is quarter circle back and kick. There we go. You want to talk about this? Perform from the ground, overhead. Go ahead and do the light version. And the medium. So James, this is performed from the ground, yes?
Yeah, this is from the ground. It's an overhead. And do the heavy version.
See that stagger?
Nice.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Stagger.
So the heavy is very similar to the medium, but it does have some additional properties. Actually, most of the moves that we've shown you, their heavy version has some additional properties. Again, more on this in a bit. That shadow version, if you want to go ahead and do that now. Or the other one. There you go. The shadow version, like we were talking about a minute ago, is actually a recapture, but it has a very, very, very short range. So do you want to try and launch and get that cap, see if you can do it? Oh, too soon, too soon. They were practicing last night. You all right? You want to try one more time? I think you can get it. Oh, close, close.
Oh.
So close. It's almost like you've only played this for like 3 hours. All right. Next, we are going to get into Awakened Soul. Now, before we show anything here, does Shin Hisako have a DP?
Hell yeah, she has a DP.
So Awakened Soul is performed by doing the DP motion, and it's actually kick rather than punch. Go ahead. So that's heavy, or that was, there we go, that was medium. So go through light, medium, and heavy, so we can see the different launcher properties. There's medium.
Nice, simple, straightforward DP.
So it is her damage ender.
Yep.
Shadow invulnerable, or Shadow's invulnerable. And you can cash out juggles. So I know you guys were working on this one too. Do you want to show? Can you get that double? No, go light, medium punch, and then Shadow cash out. There we go.
There we go.
So we'll expect to see some pretty sweet stuff there. Are you ready to talk about Spirit Orb?
Oh,
This is
here
going to
we
be
go.
a while, and this is going to be
This
insane.
is going to be.
Go ahead and back up. Go
Yeah,
for
back
it.
up and let's show it off first.
So Shin Hisako's big character trait is she has spirit orbs. Go ahead and toss one out. I wonder what that does. Go ahead and go ahead and walk up and hit that.
Oh.
Go ahead.
All right.
Keep doing
Do
it.
one in the air. Do one in
Hey.
the air.
Hey guys,
Okay.
can you use that move in other places on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh. What's that?
All right. Hold on. So let's do
Oh.
this. Let's do this. Do one in the air, a little ways away from you.
Hold on. Before we get there, how many of these can you have out at a time?
Oh, you can only have one out at a time.
Yeah,
if
only
you
one
try
on the
and,
screen.
You try and throw one, another one will replace it. Now, all right, let's stop hitting these things. They're tired. They're tired of getting beaten up. Let's put one in the air, and then let's see what happens when you dash.
Oh, wait, no.
You can dash to it.
Put one in the air. Do a
So
dash.
the dash forward will teleport you above the opponent's head. The side you land on depends on which way the
Now
opponent
let's-
is moving.
Now let's put one on the opponent.
Well, hold on. Before we get there, before we get to one on the opponent,
I'm jumping ahead. Sorry, guys.
yeah, James is excited.
James,
Before
man.
we do
Excited.
that, let's talk about that projectile again real quick. And actually, you guys can do this. You guys can remind me. Does that projectile beat Jago's fireball? It does.
Wait, it beats a fireball?
So it beats all fireballs except for the charged and the shadow fireballs. So does that mean it beats Kimwoo's dragon? That's a no. That's a big no. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. But this thing is beastly, and there are a ton of setups that you can use with it. Now, before we get into the placement, we talked about all of these heavy moves having different properties. So we did quarter circle back and kick. Go ahead and get rid of your spirit orb, or actually they're all on it. Go attack the spirit orb and get it out of there. All right, quarter circle back and heavy kick. Show me that right now. We see the range.
There you
on
go.
that, right?
That's normal.
So throw that spirit orb out. Oh, and by the way, you can directionally hold forward when you press all three punches. That spirit orb will travel across the screen.
You can either leave it fixed or you can throw it forward. Okay,
So
do
go
a
ahead
heavy.
and throw one out. Now do the quarter circle back and heavy kick.
Oh, what's that?
That close-in distance is insane. Go ahead and throw another one out. Quarter circle back and heavy punch.
The
So again-
spirit orb modifies the heavy versions of her attacks.
James, you want to do the grab?
All of her heavy
The grab?
specials track the Spirit Orb.
Okay. Now you can actually place a Spirit Orb as a curse on your opponent. Go ahead and do a grab. All right, back up. Now, what happens when you dash?
Yeah, where's that going?
Yeah.
Fulgor's teleport is hilariously teleported when he has that orb above him. You know exactly where he's going. So,
Hold on a
with
second.
this grab, you'll put the Spirit Orb above the head, and it actually helps to close out a bunch.
Let's walk through a couple simple setups with this. Let's just focus on just one Spirit Orb cursed on the person. And go ahead and
Just show us what you've learned.
do your dash. Okay, it takes you to the Spirit Orb. So let's do a couple other setups. Show us a couple of tricky examples now that we've seen this that you guys cooked up last night.
So any move that uses her katana that cuts through the orb will actually spawn the projectile. Like that. So you can imagine there are some very tricky setups in 50-50s you can create from this. Yeah. When that's tighter, yeah. Like that. There
So
you go.
Shin Hisako's gameplay is very straightforward, and then as you get into the use of her Spirit Orbs, it's really the sky's the limits on what you can figure out to do with them. Just these guys alone with 3 hours have come up with some really nasty stuff, and I guarantee you she's going to be one of the trickiest, fastest, meanest, but nice characters in Killer Instinct.
But purified.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
Instinct.
We
Oh, yeah.
almost forgot about
are we-
Instinct.
Oh, Instinct,
Well,
that's
before
right.
we do, go ahead and
I'm sorry.
reset.
Instinct?
Yep, go ahead and reset.
Instinct.
Back up. Oh, you just now we're
forgot.
just showing out, huh?
Yeah.
Finish that. All right, go ahead and reset. Oh, there it is. Now, what do you see?
Oh!
That line, "I will devour you," has very severe implications.
So Devour tracks the opponent, and if they stand still too long over the hands, they get grabbed and temporarily pulled into the underworld.
Now, you can jump out of Devour. You can neutral jump in, so long as the character's not in block stun, correct? Can you reset Devour?
Oh, caught.
Why don't you show that? Put just one Devour out, and then show the reset of Devour. So if you are, go ahead and go pop Instinct, and then move across the screen and reset Devour all the way at the backside of the screen. So if your opponent gets far away, you can go reset by hitting both heavies again and get Devour back out there, so long as you have Instinct. Devour, once it connects, will automatically drain the rest of your Instinct. Keep
That's just
that in
done with
mind.
heavy punch and heavy kick, right?
Yep. that is
During
correct.
Instinct.
So the reason why we had these guys, come last night is we understood that it's more fun to just watch people play. Now, when we talk about playing, we want you all to have a chance to play. So we've got 2 consoles with us that both have the 3/7 changes and Shin Hisako on them. I have no idea where in this room we're going to set them up, but we will have them set up. But for now, why don't you guys go ahead and launch a couple of matches, and let's have some fun, yeah? Don't you
And you
dare
can
skip
see-
those intros.
Player 1 has her accessory set.
Oh, we had a feeling that you were going to be changing characters, by the way.
All right, my money's on Kai for life. No offense.
I think
We'll see how this
Shinasaka's going to
goes.
take this.
Prove me wrong.
What?
Dude, I love the fact that she hides behind the sword. No ender. No ender. Not yet.
There you go.